Oh, morning. Welcome back to Fatish to Fetish. Sorry I've been a bit radio silent past few days, maybe a week or so. I've been quite busy with work, just a bit tired. Just generally couldn't be asked making anything, so here I am, back to making amends for that. Plan for today was to take you out for a run with me, but weather said otherwise, weather's a bit shit. I'm not going out, that's the bottom line. So today, grab a coffee and do a workout. You're going to come with me. Train's leaving the station, you're on it. Here we have the domesticated house cat eating her breakfast like a little moped. Syrup. Who's a little fatty? Yeah, she is. Tell you, while we're on the topic of lack of YouTube content, I did have a video planned, quite a well thought out video between me and a friend of mine, and unfortunately, me being the technical genius I am, forgot to record the entire 40-minute conversation. So yeah, stay tuned, that'll be getting redone. We covered all sorts of topics, diet, recovery, all that kind of shit. This guy knows his stuff, it's his job to be fit. But yeah, stay tuned for that, that'll be coming in. Probably take you through a bit of a chest workout today. I've not trained all week. Weight's still come down because I've been eating alright, staying in a calorie deficit, not smashing too much bad stuff, other than an 18-inch pizza last night. That happened, but not that arsed. What else going on? So yeah, I'm gonna have this coffee and we'll get at it. Neck down, right. Recently I've started intermittent fasting. Now, I know in a video prior to this talking about macros, I might have mentioned intermittent fasting as almost a nutrition protocol. It's not a diet, nothing fancy. It's the key thing is still to be in a calorie deficit. Like, you can call it whatever you want. Calorie deficit is the thing that wins above all else. But intermittent fasting is a method of maintaining a calorie deficit that I find very easy. So the theory of it is you train in a fasted state to burn fat. For me, the benefits are consistency, and I mean that with eating times. Now, some of you may or may not be aware, I work a mixture of days and night shifts. So going from having all your meals during the daytime to then smashing a massive meal at 3 a.m. to then shifting back to day hours, that ruins my metabolism. It ruins me, like, physically, mentally. It drains me. I can't eat. I can't go to the toilet properly. You know, there are a whole world of issues that come with that. So I found that if I eat when I'm always awake, i.e., around lunchtime to say 6 or 8 p.m, I'm always guaranteed to be awake in that window, plus or minus an hour or so. Typically, a lot of people will do a 16-8 fast, which is 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating. So a very common one for this is don't start eating till 10 a.m. and finish at 6. So you're awake best part of the day then, you're literally just prolonging the time until you've had your breakfast. By that point you might have trained, you might have just walked to work, your day's barely started at that point, so you don't really notice it that much. A slightly more aggressive version of that is the 24 diet, which is known as a warrior diet. And that's 20 hours fasted and 4 hours eating. So yeah, 4 hours eating. So the longer you're in the fast, the benefit of said protocol really just lowers your insulin levels, increase your human growth hormone levels in your blood, gives you more acute mental awareness, all this kind of thing. The only drawback to that is you're hungry for a lot of the time. And if you're anything like me, hungry Alex is not a fun Alex. Consistency, that's a big thing for me. So you have hormonal and cell function change, which comes through fasting. And it sounds like something you might not want, but dropping your insulin, which facilitates fat burning capability, that's a big one. Human growth hormone increases, again, that's good for maintaining muscle. More muscle you have, the more fat you burn. And it induces cellular repair. So all your damaged cells and things like that within the body, an intermittent fast will clear them out to make the body more efficient, so you just end up more healthy. As a result of this, it aids heavily with fat loss. I mean, any calorie deficit will also aid with fat loss. This is just one of the gimmicky ones to try and sell any sort of dietary protocol. You could have this exact conversation about the ketogenic diet. So yeah, the drawbacks of intermittent fasting: hunger. So for me, say I am planning on eating at like 11 or 12 p.m. or a.m., whatever lunchtime is. Say I'm planning on eating at that time. I'll have been up, typically I'll have gone for a 5 or 10 kilometre run, I'll have done some crap around the house. By this time of day, I'm normally ravenous, like absolutely fucking starving. I could eat everything in sight at this point. And that can have a massive effect on mood, have a massive effect on energy, all these negative things. But the one thing that I find when I'm breaking a fast, because of the hunger, is I will eat everything. I will eat an entire day's worth of food in one meal, which is not what you're meant to do. That is bad. Another drawback is it can be socially inconvenient. My partner's just started intermittent fasting. I was chatting to her about it from what I've experienced. And like with the social side of it, if you plan ahead, it's not that bad. If I know that I'm going out for a few beers, I might not stop my eating windows till like 2 p.m. So I've got then until midnight to eat, drink, have a great time. Covers that entire period. Likewise, if I'm going out for a brunch, I might, over the days prior, make my fasting window start earlier and then just compensate for it there. There's no hard and fast way of doing this. It's all you're doing is controlling your eating window. If you're just an average Joe like you, I, anyone else, just kind of getting into the game, want to get a bit healthier, want to shift a bit of body fat, if you're moving it by like an hour or so a day, it's not going to be the end of the world. You're not manipulating water, you're not manipulating salt levels, you're not planning on getting on bodybuilding stage in 2 days' time. Moving it an hour or so isn't going to kill you. No drawback, which is one that I only came across when like doing a little bit of research for this, is your protein intake. Protein has, I feel anyway, that supplement companies and the industry in general are plugging the amount of protein that you need in order to sell protein powder. That's the bottom line. You don't need a gram of protein for every pound of body weight. That is too much. Interestingly, a ratio that I've seen that could be a gram of protein for every centimetre of height. So that would, comparing the two, that brings my protein requirement down for 250 gram of protein a day down to about 180, 190 gram protein a day. So, you know, there's a few things to think about with that, but there's only so much protein your body can actually absorb per period of time. I can't remember the exact figure. There's a bit of bro science, there's a bit of actual science in that, but it has been proven that if you're just smashing a shit ton of protein, you know, a fair percentage of it's just going to be coming out the other end next time you visit the toilet. So if you're trying to cram all of your weight, say you're doing the warrior diet, the 20 hour fast 4-hour eating, if you're trying to call it 200 grams of protein into a 4-hour window, odds are your body isn't absorbing half of it. And that's just the bottom line. So that is something that you kind of might want to be mindful of. For me, why intermittent fasting? So if you compare it to like the other two kind of big dietary protocols that you see were of carb cycling and keto. Carb cycling is just too much faff. For me, can't be arsed worrying about how many carbs I'm taking in, just trying to have high carb days, low carb days, all that shite. It works. It does work if you can stick to it, but if you can't stick to it, then you're just going to be pissing yourself off for absolutely no reason. Keto, again, I've tried this and I did get results on it, but again, for me, my own personal prejudice against it due to injury, and also no carbs. That's a life I don't want to live. That sucks. And then intermittent fasting, I found for me the key thing was because of working days and nights, being able to eat it at the same time every day is a massive, massive help for me with my weight loss journey. Right, okay, so that's all my morning admin squared away. Had my coffee, went to the toilet, chilled out for a bit. Still not eating, as per our chat earlier, doing intermittent fasting, so I'm going to train fasted. Half an hour, I'll probably start eating around 10, 11, so yeah, Going to join me for a pretty generic chest workout, pretty similar to the one I filmed before, a few extra exercises thrown in. Date a little bit mid-workout. Your weights haven't been put away from the last time you trained. No gym, same problems. Right, okay, quick 45-minute chest session. I don't really know what else to say. Thanks for coming along. Time for some breakfast now. Might make some protein pancakes. If you guys want to see my sick protein pancake recipe, like, subscribe, follow me Instagram, fetish, running updates, all check-ins, all crap like that. Enough of me rabbiting. Nice one. Thanks for watching. In a bit.